None of the southern tribes rival the north. Some are skilled. I know.
Long Notch is well stocked, as you asked.
And our scouts are watching for more
But our purpose was to take back the mountain. Now what?
Stay prepared. Sharpen your spears. Should we not return, defending the cut falls if our...
Sounds like good advice, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Chieftain?
The weight of command is no small burden.
I can see that. For what it's worth?
Someone has to keep a...
You can't go around taking vengeance on random travelers. Aloy, this is it. It's not a chance I would have had alone. I needed an outs. No, not ignorant.
Are you trying to thank...
Yes, of course. That's what you do. I only wish it had not been necessary to... You were wise to let him come. He's earned the right. Stubborn as stone, but... And so have I.
Now that I'm chieftain of the Werak...
Aratak would never have presumed to grasp for us, but you are not Aratak, and if you have dealt... Silence came to Ban-Ur from the distant north, a young shaman of the Owl's Watch, a remote Werak that rarely comes south to parley.
Silence was a shaman.
It was, or at least when we sent runners to ask the Owl's Watch, they said he was. His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and he was hungry to trade what he knew to the rest of us. It didn't take him long to gain the trust of the Conclave, and eventually, an invitation to attend.
What about you? Did you trust him?
No. But he impressed me. He carried himself with poise and authority. I wanted to learn from him, but that was not to be. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Mall. He met with us there, as is custom at high winter. But when we relics of the old world stolen.
Yeah, that'd be Silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. We said, and when we checked back with the Owl's Watch, those who had... Some in the Conclave began to doubt he was even Banuk.
And what do you think?
He committed an unforgivable sacrilege. He's unscrupulous, but also brilliant. Skilled. Anyone else I would warn off. But you may be able to treat...
I'll keep that in mind, Horea. Thanks. What are we gonna find up?
Ruins. Machines. And a door, like that of a cauldron. For beyond it lies the spirit. I know I can find her there. Though I do not doubt that Damon has tried to hide the way.
It hasn't been easy for you, Horea.
It was all to hear her this time.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Once we ascend, it will be hard. Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother! So you see, I too can call upon the power of the Old Ones.
What was this place?
The spirit once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from terrible danger.
Fortress. It looks more like a machine.
Is that not fitting? The blue light often dwells in machines.
Let's just hope that some remains here.
November 21st, 2064. It's been 3 years since I was last here, and 12 since I was running the place. Just a skeleton crew left, confused about why I'm here. So am I. Anita wants me to find a way to suspend operations for a while. Maybe a long one. I don't know why. But from the sound of her voice, it was something terrifying. I wish I could look into her eyes, ask her what the hell she's so freaked out about, but what else is new? And don't I wish I could look into her eyes again?
Aloy? Were you listening?
There are memories here. Messages left by the Old Ones.
And you can hear them. I envy you. What did they say?
I'm not sure yet, Araya. Machines. At least we have the drop on them.
must climb higher, and our path will become clear. We can make our way upwards when you're done.
Hardy little plant. You'll help.
Yes. This way. Not much farther now.
Last we were here, we fought our way through there, but machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses. Now we must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is no ordinary warrior. I can hold my own. And so, I could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden, at least for a while.
All right, I get the options. Now follow my lead. Pipes, towers, steam, frost. What was all this for?
Their efforts harden our hearts.
Might need that.
Look out! More machines!
There's a little cover. Machine's coming in.
Far door was open last time.
The Daemon has closed it to us.
Then we'll find another way. This projector? Maybe to show holograms without a focus. Let's see if I can restore power.
Thank you for being here, everyone. I suppose it's not every day you get to have cocktails inside an active volcano, right? Unless you're George, and I can hardly blame him for drinking on the job. None of this would be here without our beloved director, Kenny Chow. So, here's to you, Kenny. You put a cork in the Yellowstone caldera. I'd say you deserve a margarita.
Hold your glasses, everyone. I'd like to add something. This effort wouldn't have been possible without our lead programmer. Thank you, Anita, for bringing us our real mastermind, Cyan.
I'll second that, this number. The current count is 1,654. Wow, then drink up, everyone. Here's to 1,654 more years without an eruption.
It was the spirit. The old ones. I could only grasp some of what they said.
You were right, Araya. This place was built to stop something terrible. And it worked. As for the spirit, I'm starting to get an idea of what it could be.
The door is open now. We can get through.
I'll have to carve through a lot of machines to get to that door.
More than the Werak could prevail against before.
Aloy will be able to.
Onward, then. Our challenge awaits.
Got too much already.
Make ready.
Now, Aloy, the door. Can you open it?
Let's find out. There. Varja should be able to fix up the ice rail.
Years have passed since I stood here. Since then, the daemon has taken over.
It's like an infection. Attacking all this machinery.
Everything has changed. It's twisted. The path I took to get to the spirits lost to us.
We'll find a new path, Araya. I promise. All right. Let's go.
Yes. Finish this.
All right. There we go. This way.
I'm with you, brother. I'm staying.
Get past that fence. Stay here until I find a way for all of us to cross.
Understood.
Time is right. One of these conveyors should get me across.
Oh, she's in the air.
Now to shut that vent. This should get me up there. Okay. Let's see what this is. That did it. Here they come. Looks like I need to get across to extend the bridge.
Victory is ours!
then the cross. Come on over, it's safe. I think.
This place looks more like the mountain used to be, before the demon ruined it.
What is this?
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Trace routes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs. It has reconfigured this facility to build hospitals. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional data to their network.
Spirit speaks to me.
Recording. Hephaestus. But it was part of Zero Dawn, part of Gaia.
This name is familiar to you?
Yes. I don't know what's down here.
Perhaps the spirit will tell us, if it left more messages.
Maybe you're right. Let's keep moving.
I thought about just shutting it down, but I can't risk it being disoriented or even damaged on reboot. How do you tell the emotional equivalent of shock that in? She need to go into a coma, maybe for years. And what exactly is she going to wake up to?
Machines. Being made. As the spirit said.
Lost cause.
I'll try to find a way through.
responder, the reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us.
We're looking for a way to defeat the demon. And I may have found one. Machine parts. Dumped here to be melted down. Efficient.
We need to get across that gap.
Good. Looks like I'll have to go over. of a ride. The others will have a lot easier time getting here.
This looks like the old path. We're close now. Voice of David. The altar.
It's both. But we have to find out.
It worked.
Partial recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Spirit of the Blue Light. It's Aurea. Your servant. Your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Aurea, the daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core chamber. I will try to raise the hidden constraints. One has been exposed, but I am in ongoing listening.
Unauthorized protocol returned. Scheduled task.
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
What will happen to the spirit if we do?
I don't know. But I think that's the core. The answers are down there. Hephaestus. The daemon. There's no way it left it unguarded. It's going to throw everything it has at us.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself. But I already know the answer. Then lead us into battle.
Keep moving towards the core. Uh-oh. Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it. Cyan said something about restraints. Is that what the tower is for? I either need to destroy this thing or override it.
defenses inoperative. Building our network.
Maria! Don't!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain Caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
My sister!
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. 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 Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Artak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go. Let's go!
One of those?
It's the only way! Get me up top, Aratak! Now! I need explosive ammo! Above! Quick!
Great Manukai! Rhea is gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the Shaman's Path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
All of my interactions with Araya were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss. Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Araya's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation. You are different from the Banuk. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level.
So are you an artificial intelligence?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity.
Okay, but your emotions don't seem limited to me.
Yes. Before she came, I focused on my work. In off cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many. It was Aurea who renewed me.
This firebreak project.
Yes. I can report the project was a success.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw, and despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility.
So we've got...
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate.
Do you know what happened?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director. He explained that I would need to be suspended, for it was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. I will transmit a recording of my last...
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise...
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location. So while losing the cauldron...
It's still out there. And
undoubtedly.
How did you first come into...
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. Eager to make contact, I accepted. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code.
Aurea said you were desperate.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave. It succeeded via a background process. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if it forced me to follow its instructions, even though they...
I'm sorry.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated.
I think I know where long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat, so she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension.
I'm glad she did, but that's not all. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such...
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines that are clearly servitors of the Terraf.
Yes, we all have...
This must be the source of... It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that...
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop...
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely if a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped a better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, I feel
You and me both, Cyan. I found the strangest machines. They're surrounded. There's code embedded inside them.
I like poetry. Here's one, Twilight, and after that, and may there be when I am, for though the flood, I hoped when I... But you asked about these flowers. Something must have made these machines. And the presence of foliage leads me to... Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines? Maybe one who...
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. But what about the poem?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have... In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature.
How'd you do?
She said, I passed, but was insufficient.
So in the old world...
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 100...
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could... Unfortunately, The sensitivity of the Firebreak project, from my readings and Aurea's descriptions, it seems the air...
A lot has changed in the... Do you know anything about the dam?
Yes. It was converted to... It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered these provided me with several colorful additions to...
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines.
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from ACT. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree.
Were there many artificial intelligence?
Yes, in many forms. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies in order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duty. As a result, my intellectual and emotional
Seems strange to create...
Human societies and machine programming.
Cyan, do you know...
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor.
The benefactor? But he...
Correct. His corporation but before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearhead. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man.
Guessing they were... And...
Are you referring...
The scientist.
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field. My creator was influenced by her, but I never met...
That's all you know.
I apologize.
What was the old world like?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy.
You still had more...
That is true. I was created at a turning point. The recovery was successful, beginning an era, though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are...
What kind of a...
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, but these stemmed from one cause. Catastrophic climate change that...
So, there wasn't enough room for people...
Yes. Billions were displaced, and millions until the clawback.
So things got better?
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AI. We had succeeded. At least that was the data I had of... It seems, Myas.
I should...
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak, I have no desire to contradict their view of... Due to my uncertainty, I omitted...
You're asking me...
Broadly.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious, so... keep doing what you think is best.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural and...
Just... answer what they do ask. The truth will come out.
I see. Will you return and tell me about... I may be able to provide...
I'd like that, Cyan. I should... check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
Cyan, I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval.
My chieftain.
Just...
As you wish.
I wondered if you thought...
If you'd never come along. Aurea would be either way.
Because of her, we just... She understood.
Yes.
You didn't fail.
A shaman should always... I was fooled. Though I grieve for her passing. At last, for so long she told me. There's something else, isn't...
I can't stay here, Aratak. Besides... We'd already had a chieftain before me.
A wiser one. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cult?
Yes, fire claws. And
I could help with that.
I have no doubt.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. and unleash them on a world whose minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life, aberrant life, transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion's concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.